Alright, so today, on the wonderful, lovely Gaming Jesus Rocks channel, we're going to, as I'm waiting for my, to get my headphones on, so you guys don't have to hear the extra additional sounds, we're going to, do Dungeon Maker. Now, I did record this video a little while ago, and I feel like I need to restart it over. It just doesn't sound right, so let's get right into it. Of course, my controller doesn't seem to want to run or work correctly at the moment. But I figured I'll just use my mouse and try to see if I can get it going. But it's finally working now. So the difference to any typical game. This game was released in 2007 for the PSP. A following game called The Hidden War. I'm currently playing that on my own time. You know, it's similar to this. I figure every Tuesday up until basically August 18th, maybe right around that time, there is to be no there's to be Dungeon Maker videos every Tuesday. Every Monday, I know you guys probably saw this in my Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 episode, or one of my previous episodes, that I have a schedule I showed. But I figured, whoops, I load. Hold on. Hold on. Let's set this. Let's go click New Game. So, in my previous, endeavors, as I was talking about my, my previous, videos, I did show a schedule that I said I would release Dungeon Maker every Tuesday. I'm probably repeating myself here, but, every Monday is going to be RCT3. Every Wednesday, is going to be a City Skylines video. I might not do a lot of City Skylines. And the next 3 Thursdays, not this coming Thursday, but the next week, I'll be finishing up my 7 episodes of Project High Rise. I figured I'm going to do just 3 more episodes on it, not to worry about anything. So let's get right into the game today. Well, a young noble graces us with his presence. So what do you think of our town, hey? Too early to tell, ho ho? Who am I? I'm just a poor old man. I was just wondering if you could spare one measly Gilbert. What do you say? Here, no, go away. What do you think? You don't want anything in return for your precious cash? Well, listen to what I have to say after all. You can only listen to your elders while you're so young, right? Ho ho ho. Hey, wait a minute. You're that crazy guy who's building a dungeon outside the town, ain't you? Fighting monsters and stuff? Yeah. Of course I'm fighting dungeons. You even planning on killing that old wandering demon? Think you can make a maze good enough to attract its attention? Let me tell you about that kind of maze monsters like to live in. What do I know? This stuff, well, I'm old. I don't remember when I learned it, or how I learned it, but I learned it. Alright then. It's not enough to just slap a couple of corridors together. You need to twist and turn forks and rooms if you want monsters to come in. Yep, you always gotta have those. Monsters like dungeons with complicated layouts with passages that lead to rooms. You can't just have corridors, and you can't Can't just have rooms and balance is key. Yes. To be honest with you, even if tethers into the second game, always do not put your corridors do not place like you have the entrance there and then put four rooms around it and call it good. You need to expand out. I'll explain a little bit more as we get into the dungeon, of course. Anywho, there's no need to rush off and build your maze right now. Try saying hi to some of the townsfolk first. Now, where I want to go is I want to go to the armorer. Welcome to my shop. Oh, this is your first time here. Hello, nice to meet you. What's that? You want to fight monsters? I didn't even think of it. Leave that to the proper authorities anyway. Aren't you a little old to be playing hero? You want to lure monsters into a dungeon and fight them? What a fascinating idea. So, if we go and check up on our items, all we have is a dagger, which I'm going to leave for the first run around. Not too bad. I'm gonna buy a shield at least to have something. I might buy a bow, or upgrade my armor, or add gloves and a cloak. We'll see what we can buy. But because we have already. Okay, so if we gotta buy armor, or we can buy our gloves and buy our cloak. And let's go buy our bow. Why not? And then we'll come over here to the apothecary. And we're gonna buy some, a small potion. Just to kind of have some of that in the early days. Plaza's kind of where we can buy our buyer or market. This is where I can sell my cooking ingredients or buy cooking ingredients if I need anything. I'm going to start with buying a couple of those extra additional. Just because I know that we're going to need them in the near future. This is where we would have our big huge museum of sorts. And basically we're supposed to fill in the pages. Yeah, I'm going a little fast. If you want to, you can quickly pause it. But I'm only going to do it with the old man. But this is where we can get our armor guide, our weapons, and our accessories guide. Whatever guide we need. This is where we can read our fortune from Big Sis and Little Sis. I'm kind of leaving enough time that you guys can read it as well. So, you can buy books, you can buy items. I like that I can tell. Okay? And we can sell our items, you know, there's no need. There is truly no need, so I think we can now go to the dungeon. There's a few monsters within your entrance. Escape rooms 2 to 3 squares away from the entrance, of course. So, when you get into the dungeon, you can see that there is targets on the doors and stuff. And you got this entrance. Now, the biggest thing is that there's always not going to be monsters near the entrance. Okay. Now, each dungeon is going to have its own unique floors and presence. Okay. But where I want to start this is I'm going to go through all of the roads and mazes wherever I can, and I am going to try and expand 2 or 3 spaces away. So I'm going to go up to the 3rd space to fill that up, and then we're going to go with a T-cross like so. So, and there's a reason why I'm going to put a T-cross there is because we're going to have it fork at a different angle. Different way. But we're going to have it kind of go forking, not forking, but fork it enough to where we can get our dungeon to look nice. We don't want it to be like overly dramatic. And I'm going to put a T there because what I'm going to do next, I'm going to flood the place with a room there, and we're going to flood the room with a room up here. For now, we're just trying to fill in parts of this to make it look more roomy. You want to have a good floor rating, because the better the rating, the better the storage. Now I'm going to fill this right up here with loose tied rooms. Always make sure that you don't have, if you have a dead end, it's not going to work 100% effective. I don't know, we'll try it throughout this. If not, we can always go to agriculture and erase the entire floor. And we can redo it. But what we're going to do here is we're going to add this here to fulfill our circular motive. Is I want to keep it 4-door rooms will be applicable in this game. We don't want to be so stickler on things that everything's not going to work as planned. But I hope it does for me. Let's kind of, I want to use all of the tiles that we've got here because I don't want to, if I waste them all now, it's just going to help a lot easier to get my dungeon rating up a little further. I think we'll go one more forward. And we'll interlock this room here. Right now, that's going to get changed. This part of the area will definitely get changed in our next dungeon playthrough. I don't want to have the sense of... Because where that's going to be, it's actually going to be a T there instead of a four-way corridor, I should say. So I would kind of fill in here. We're not going to use every single one, because I don't want to curve it right now. So that's kind of what we got for our start of our dungeon. It's not the best. We'll leave that one blank, because that's what's going to get changed into the next. Challenge. Our next day. So, we won't be able to buy any dungeon stuff to make things with. And as you can see, your fire rating starts out at 0, but it will change every day. Trust me. Now, it doesn't mean it'll change for that floor, it'll just change for this floor that is you're currently modifying. In that sense. Now let's go to our home. And this is where we can eat our daily meals. What I kind of recommend is that you eat the fried fish first. Instead of just eating, don't eat the veggie soup. Don't ever go for just the veggie soup. Unless you run out of other stuff. So what I plan on eating today is just a bunch of dried fish. Bunch of fish. Now before I do, I think a wise old man. Okay, so we'll just go... Hold on. Town exit. Okay. Let's check the castle. Excuse me. Nathan, I'm sorry to disturb you. I won't bother you anymore. Or whatever. So I'll sleep and go into the dungeon. Every day is the opportunity to save. So when you go down to your dungeon, it's highly recommended that you save. Every day. Now, I'm not gonna do the voice. If you guys want me to do a voice for this guy, please do put it down in the comments. Okay, so basically what he's asking us is to get us a root. We only have one item. Oh, yeah, so that's basically what he's asking us, is that we should go in and get a root. How much is the new entrances? Keep rooms 2 to 3 squares away from the entrance. Yes, I know that. So, Here you have your bow. You can attack with whatever, and you have your special power. Then if you have the L, you can rotate the camera. Direction. Or you can return it back to start. Back to the way it looks. Or you can have circle to target whatever. But it looks like that we don't have much to go on over here for fillings of monsters, so we don't. What's our rating right now? We don't have any keys, of course. Ugh. What? It's basic. There's gotta be a way to check my floor. There's gotta be a way to check the floor without, you know. Cut. Oh, man. That's my status for myself, not for... Gotta get used to playing... Well, this section check game rules. This allows me to check the rule book and stuff. I can save it anytime during the game or load it if I need to. But I really don't, because we are just... Basically, we're just going through this dungeon a little bit with different... I think not with differences, but to kill a lot of these monsters and such, but to be a little bit of the story behind this game and why I found it so interesting is I was just browsing, you know, GameStop kind of thing, and saw the title of the game called Dungeon Maker, and I figure that's gotta be something I really enjoy, you know. It's not that I superly enjoy the game. It's not my... It's one of my top 10 PSP games, which I'll probably be doing soon. And I know I'll probably, sometime this week, I gotta get a Sony versus PlayStation versus Nintendo video uploaded. Now I gotta get a few things out and about. Now I'll just add that there and we'll just utilize it for next time. And we'll see what we can. See how our floor rating is 10, it can change. But I want to be able to get rid of the elevator kits. And that's because I like to have to go find the stairs and fight. See, I can't buy anything right now. And we'll definitely do wooden floor kits. Market. Supervisor, oh man. Yeah. I'm kind of going through some of this a little quick, but not too quick. So let's go to my daily meal. We have, wow, we are missing a thing here. I don't know what it is yet, but I would prefer to eat the soup for power, basically. Eat at least one of those tonight because, you know, gotta get that mighty strength up. But I'm always gonna say this, always save every day. I am kind of going to go through the dungeon one more time for the day. Yep, no big monsters will come to tiny dungeons. The bigger the dungeon, the better the monsters. Trust me. Oh. Okay, so we didn't receive anything from them, I don't think. We are starting to get somewhere. Don't know what that somewhere is, but we need to find that black whatever. Black bat fang obtained. Nice. Nothing in these rooms here. Right at the moment, they are rooms, but they will definitely be changed. Why? This is where you want to use a lot of magic when you don't have... when your attacks are weaker than his. Or, in that sense, your weapons are weak. Item. That buckler, thank you very much. Now you can definitely guard with L if needs be. With shields. Now, this game is kind of, I'm not going to be playing it for very long. You might see me later on in videos like for this, but not a whole lot of times. A whole lot of times we'll probably just going one time down the dungeon. Once it starts getting like 3 or 4 floors, you know. And I'd like to keep this at least an hour long, if as most possible. If I have to, It'll probably be longer as we go get more floors. If that's the case, I hate pushing. Because I'm using an emulator and I keep pushing the right trigger and not as. Three bat fangs, nice. We're definitely getting somewhere. Use that slim goes gone right quick. But as you can see, I don't need to use the potions right now. Once we start getting that's always carry potions with you everywhere you go. Don't sell your roots off. Don't. Maybe the blade root you might sell off eventually, but keep all the roots as much as you can. Let's check over here just to make sure, because we did expand it. But we have no additional materials, so we'll kind of be patiently waiting. So flavor for a pearl man, just one black bat fang. Ho ho ho. Oh, you managed to get one, I see. Good, good. Let me to repay you for your effort. You want me to take this black fang first? No, let me give you this instead. Don't worry, I don't need it. Now here is a blade root. Okay, blade roots are spirits, basically. I wasn't the one who wanted to fang, it was the root. It was the root spirit. You fed it from now on. Be sure to equip this root to give you your monster's power boost. It's called a blade root after all. Claim it as monsters, but don't just toss it aside, or a spirit will leave the root inert and useless. Don't put it in your home store to sell it. Keep it at your side, and be sure to feed it fangs occasionally. And if you see me again, be sure to give me one of a Gilbert. Okay. So if we go to Fang. Adding 3% to the attack. I'm not gonna equip much. Look, it does add 30 for strength if I choose to. Let's see. No armor. I won't want armor. I want wood grain critter kits. We got a few. I will definitely buy more wood grain kits. But first off, I do want to get this tea out of the way. So I could sell all these 7 wood grains off, which would give me enough to buy some other materials, but because basically was free money there, but I don't want to. I want to utilize it. Okay, so we defeated 50 monsters, I see. I didn't forget you. So let's go and get our daily meal of our... The reason why I'm doing a lot of the dried fish early on is to get me a little bit of health, but to get me, as well as some Beamer. Sorry guys, my dog is being... Hey! Let's go give him a Gilbert, I guess. Hey! Sorry about that. I'll probably cut out that... Not gonna cut out any video of this. Just... You know. Let's go back into our dungeon. Today's gonna be the last day I'm going to go through this dungeon. Oh. You know. I've played this enough to understand what I am doing. So let's go to agriculture. I will modify this room eventually after I get all the monsters cleared. These rooms seem like they're not getting much love, so I would kind of make a little fork in them somehow. We're gonna go to agriculture. Nope. Too far off. Half here. So let's kind of get a little more sophisticated, since this side is almost cleared out. Cleared out. We're gonna go through this storeroom here, and we're finally minus. Okay, let's do this first, because let's get rid of. Let's go to agriculture and erase the current building block in front of us and place the T corridor in front of us. We need to go back to agriculture and modify the corridor to and grow it to get us some wood grain in. Yes. Yes, I guess I've gotta get more of the wood grain in to fill the dungeon up. We don't want to have too much, okay, so I guess we'll have to modify it slowly. We also got to go to the other side of this. After we get through all this part of this wood grain, the more comfy your dungeon looks like, is the more your dungeon's gonna be attracted to it. You don't want to have a dungeon that's unattractive. Gotta bring them in. That's why don't ever put any dungeons to look like. Oh, how can I put it this way? We got a club, so let's go equip the club. For sure. So we can sell the dagger off now. We don't need it. I kind of knew that we were going to get stuff down here that would require us to have more of a how can I put it this way? Requires to get more weapons and armor. So I figure not to go buy armor at the initial start of the game. Yeah, I did go buy a few little armor to start us off with, but I didn't want to go buy weapons because I figure I'm gonna get better weapons in the dungeon and I already have one. I think going for a weapon, for armor and stuff that I normally don't have. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to modify this now to come up with 1 forward. For now. Let's see how we got 4 one-door small rooms. What we're going to do here is we're just going to cover the 4 sides with rooms. For now. We'll definitely remove this and make more room. Initiatory, more room for adding stuff in, because right now that's not a good of a dungeon to do that. So we're going to exit the dungeon and we were going to go do some stuff for the day and for the end of the day. For the armor. And we'll sell off our wonderful, ugly dagger. And then we'll buy ourselves a little hat. That little hat's gonna help what we need, and then might be able to lure the wandering demon into your maze someday, but he will ignore a small maze. Try by making your first web big and wide, even if the wandering demon doesn't come right away. Another big monster might show up. As soon as he looks up, he'll make you a big enough room. Don't forget to place it in your dungeon. Yeah, but don't think that a large room is enough by itself to cause a major monster to appear. This is key, so pay attention. If your maze rating is low, it's going to ignore by any monsters, boss monsters. Keep expanding and check the big room regularly. After you beat the boss, go to the 2nd floor and expand it. Repeat this with the 3rd and 4th floors, and expand your dungeon deeper and wider until you attract the notice of the wandering demon. Yeah, I got it. When you deepen your maze, even more dangerous things sneak in, giving you a way to earn good gear and treasure. Gives you something to look forward to. Ho ho ho. The daily meal, fried. Go for some fried fish tonight. This will be we're gonna go to sleep, and I'm going to end it there for the day. I hope you guys did enjoy this wonderful, lovely video. Please do remember to like and comment. You don't have to really do those things, nor do you have to subscribe, but you know, I figure to say those things just to remind you to, in case if you decide you want to do it. So we'll see you guys later.